Did you know the story of the transatlantic slave trade doesn't start at the coast? It begins much, much deeper in the heart of Africa, long before any European ship was ever seen. For centuries, a brutal system was already in place, fueled by warfare, raids, and intense political rivalries. Millions of Africans were ripped from their homes and turned into commodities. Imagine this. Powerful kingdoms and armed groups, often at night, would attack smaller villages. They'd set homes on fire, spreading chaos and terror. Men were captured for their strength, while women and children were taken for labor and their value in resale. It wasn't just warfare. People were kidnapped while farming, hunting, or just traveling between towns. In some places, you could be enslaved for a crime, for an unpaid debt, or even based on a false accusation, all to meet a growing demand. Once captured, the horror only intensified. Captives were bound together with ropes or heavy wooden yokes, forced on agonizing marches that could last for weeks, even months. They crossed dense forests, vast savannas, and harsh deserts with barely enough food or water. If someone collapsed from exhaustion or sickness, they were often beaten or simply left behind to die, a grim warning to the others to keep moving. These horrific journeys led to inland slave markets, bustling hubs of human trade. Here, people were inspected like animals, branded with hot irons and sold. The price: guns, cloth, alcohol, and metal goods. From these markets, some were marched north across the Sahara Desert, others east toward the Indian Ocean. But millions were funneled toward the Atlantic coast, destined for the Americas. Now, European traders rarely went deep into the interior themselves, but their insatiable demand for labor on plantations in the New World is what transformed this existing system into a massive, horrifying industry. The firearms they supplied to African groups escalated local conflicts, creating vicious cycles of violence that trapped entire regions. This demand created an engine of destruction. The impact was absolutely devastating. Entire communities were hollowed out, families were shattered forever, and a constant state of fear became the new normal for so many. The legacy of this period, the capture and enslavement that began in the African interior, is one of the deepest and most painful wounds in our shared global history. It's a wound that continues to shape the continent and the world we live in today. Thanks for watching. Understanding this history is crucial, so if you found this informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into our past.